Hello, this is Uncle Jim, and this is about the rim, which rhymes with Uncle Jim. And this is why I hate tubeless tires on mini bikes. Last night, I almost bit the big one going down the driveway. And I have the scars to prove it, and I have a little touch-up on the frame to do over here. And I just about died, and I couldn't believe how squirrely a bike gets when the rear tire runs out of air. I mean, it just poof threw me to the side, and that's the cliffside, people. And I just about bit the big one. Huge, worse than the FedEx truck in the snow. All right, so there's that. So I looked around my parts, and I swear I had this inner tube, and I swear I had an extra tire, but that went to the mini tractor, and so I was out. So today I'm going to try and fix this without an inner tube. We could go down to Tractor and Supply and get a 480, what is it, a 488 8-inch rim inner tube, but I'd prefer to keep the Steely to match the front, which is fine. So I think today I'm going to try and find the rough spots inside the rim. These rims are over 60 years old, and they're pretty smooth, and they were powder coated nicely, but I'm going to look for any high spots on here and Scotch-Brite it, and maybe a little sandpaper so we get a good bead. Now, I don't have any bead sealers, so I'm going to have to improvise, and I'm too lazy to get it. I should get an inner tube, but I had every size but this one. So I think we're just going to try and make this work. So get the rough spots off, clean it, Scotch-Brite both sides, and see what happens. All right. Okay, another thing is this axle. On these hunting style mini bikes, I run into this a lot. You got kind of a spline wheel bearing. Now I can convert this over to a seal wheel bearing and space it. You know, you might have a little different spacing, but I'm not going to bother. They look okay. And the reason they did this back in the early 60s or 50s was you can hit it with a grease gun and all that grease will spit out the dirt and stuff out of your bearings as it's rolling. That's their idea of doing it, and it does last a long time. But nowadays, we have sealed wheel bearings. But for now, I'm going to stick with this. They look okay. I'm going to clean them up, grease them, and there's not too much wear on the shaft here. And the toe coat's kind of unique. It bolts from underneath, so that's different. All right. So anyway, we're going to try and attack that. I did have this tire, and I did have an inner tube, but that went on the mini tractor front tires, so that's why I'm out. And I don't want to go to Tractor Supply and hope they have one. So we're going to try and fix this today. All right. I'm battled and bruised. Battled and bruised? I'm beat and bruised? Whatever. But I survived like a cat. Cat! But my legs are messed up and the frame's a little messed up over in this corner. And you can see on the tread here where I took out chunks on the side tread here. See the chunks missing? That was me. Okay, I'm gonna go by and feel for high spots. I feel one right here. And I'm taking a little emery cloth. That came right off. It was just a little bump. And I'm just going to go around and see if there's any high spots on the rim here. And then Scotch-Brite both the tire and that on just the inside of the bead. I think that was the culprit right there. That was a big bump. All right, continuing. Okay, that went really well on the other side. And so I'm gonna feel this side. I wish I had the bead breaker like Mel does. He's got a, yeah, there's some bumps in here. But it didn't take the powder coating off. It's just knocking off the high spots. So that's good. And I think this is gonna fix it. And then we're gonna blow it out with air. Okay, that only took a few swipes and it didn't even screw up the powder coat. So everything inside the rim is awesome. Just took the bumps off and then I'll Scotch-Brite both sides. And if you have a lawn tractor with rusty rims, you're gonna have this problem, and I suggest an inner tube. It's easier. Otherwise, you got a lot of sanding to do to make that bead seal. Meanwhile, I got another hummingbird in the garage, and then he went up into the vents. And his demise is gonna be a lot worse than Uncle Jim's last night. I'll tell you that. Dumbest birds ever. They do not know how to get out. And if he only saw the light, he would survive another day like Uncle Jim. Rest in peace, hummingbird. Okay, just a little Scotch-Brite on both sides to give an etch. I think this will be pretty good. Okay, and then the other side, I'm not hitting the wall of the tire, just where it beads on both sides. And if you fold it up like this, it works pretty darn good. Okay, after we blew it all out, a little soapy water to clean any debris. Okay, so on compressor hoses, I know it's tempting to buy from Harbor Freight because it's cheap. And this is Diablo brand from Harbor Freight. It looks good, it looks beautiful, but it weather cracks instantly and you'll blow holes in your airline like that, and we're already on the second hose, so there's that. Just pay a little more money and get a decent compressor hose. Diablo sucks. And there's my review. There's your weather cracks. All right, for a tubeless tire, to get it inflated and seat against the bead, you're going to need a strap here. All right, and then fast air and then cool off, because this one's only 20 pounds. I didn't have bead seal, so I just used the foam tire treatment. Let's see what, oh, also, I like this from Harbor Freight. This little gauge here is awesome because it clicks on and off of your stem really easy. This I do like, but it's 2 pounds off. So as long as you know from your gauge that it's 2 pounds off, you're good to go. Let's see if we can inflate this tire. All right. Oop. Oop, stop. What's our poundage? We got her.
About 15.
Okay, 20. I love that gauge. Now it's 2 off, so go 18.
Right there, it's probably about 20.
Let me show you that gauge. That thing is awesome. And what I like about that is this. Bam, on and off. Super easy. You know how you fumble with other stuff? That is my favorite. Give it a pump. All right.
You can also
That is super easy.
let air out by pressing this button if you need to.
So yeah, you can get this whole gun from Harbor Freight, and that one I recommend, even though you want to double check with your gauge to see if the air measurement is proper. And I'm thinking 2 pounds. I thought it was low or high. I don't know. We'll check with the gauge. Okay, here's the gauge I used for many years. It's made by Slime, it's digital, and it is accurate. All right. Let's see what we got.
19.
19. All right. So the other one, what did it say? I don't know.
It's like a pound off.
It was a pound off. All right. But we have an inflatable tire. Now we're going to spray it with soap and see if we have leakage around the stem or the rim. And see if Uncle Jim gets killed again. Okay, we got 20 pounds in there as recommended. Now I'm going to use soapy water. And I want to check this valve.
There's your leak.
My son said it's probably the valve. Look at that. He saw red stuff coming out. And look at that. It's coming out of the stinking valve.
I have brand new valves for it and the driver.
Oh my gosh. Son of a bitch. Thank you, son, for having extra valves. Okay, we're going there. Look at the bubble. Yeah, I was a bubble going over the cliff. Okay, let's check the rim anyway. Okay.
Always check the stupidest little thing first.
What you're saying is it ain't got gas in it.
It ain't got no gas in it.
It ain't got gas in it. Check the simplest thing first. Look at this. Okay, we're going to check the other side with soapy water just to confirm. And my son was right. It ain't got gas in it. Son of a bitch. It was the Schrader valve the whole time. After all this drama and cleaning. And that's the way it goes, boys. Check your Schrader valve first with soap and water. And then go through all this. Okay, the good news is he has the Schrader valve so we can keep our Steely that matches the front tire. And all we got to do is that. All right, let her run. Oh, the mayhem. Oh, the middle finger. Oh, all right, continuing. All right, so after all that drama, my son had a Schrader valve kit.
Yeah, you almost died to that little thing right there.
Yeah, I almost died because of this right here. Where are we? Yeah, my son says I almost died because of that. He replaced that. We didn't have to redo the stem. He had the tool. And there you go. We have tire. And I thought, you know, all kinds of stuff. Inner tube, rim. I spent too much time. Just talk to your boy if he's a good boy.
Or if you have a boy.
If you have, yeah, like he says, if you have a boy that knows what he's doing, that's all it was the whole time. And that is what killed me almost. The hummingbird is dead, but I'm still alive. So there you go, people. Let's spray that with soapy water. We still got like 18 or so pounds in it.
Nothing.
And there's nothing coming out of there. So all that was for naught. Just like reloading. You don't need a bunch of crap. All you need is for things to work from in the first place. There you go. Okay, so my son ordered some polyurethane compressor line, and this should be much better. It's skinnier and it's tough. Although this brand is made in China, Metabo. Okay, got two different lengths, gets good reviews, still made in China, and it's cheap. It's almost the price of the Harbor Freight stuff. And then this is American made. This is a Goodyear. And he has a short piece of this on his power hammer, and it's been great. So we're going to try that also. But there's nothing worse than having a leak in your compressor line when you need it. All right, so we're going to have plenty of that, and I'll do a review on this later. So I'll do a review on that. Cat. What is with cats and tractors? He looks dead. Leon. Give me some belly. Yes. You got a thistle right here. We'll pick that out. All right. Okay, so we know the Goodyear line works great. It's been on his homemade power hammer for a long time. And then let's see, he did something here. He's gonna change something and we'll get that done. Meanwhile, the bench is going in the garage. We got a lot to do. I'm gonna lose my shooting bench. I haven't even shot off of it yet, but he's bringing it in before winter, so that's good. A lot of cleanup aisle 3, and we still have Cat on the tractor. Nice to know ya. Good to know ya. Okay, so on my son's car, the tires wore out prematurely and they were all like no tread. And so our local mechanic, which is awesome, said, I'll give you some loaner tires. I'll send those tires back for warranty and have them analyze them and give you a discount. So he's talking to his rep here. Meanwhile, he put brand new loaner tires on my son's car. How good is that? And then I talked to him about my van because I need tires. They were 14 years old. You guys seen the video. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you like 3 different estimates on a really good aggressive tread for my van. And so we'll see how that goes. But this guy's a super good guy. He gave me all kinds of secrets, troubleshooting my heat gauge and different little tweaks on that GMC van. And he didn't have to give up that info. And yes, I'm wearing boxer briefs out here. It's hot. Anyway, so that's good news. He gave me brand new tires. I think he's pretty smart. These are Yokohamas, and they look really good. They're very nice tires. So I think he's smart thinking once my son gets a discount, he's going to say, just leave these tires on them. They look good. And we have these on my wife's car, and they've been very good in the snow. So these aren't quite as aggressive as hers, but pretty good. All right, so there's that. So I'm going to support my local guy. He has just been too good to us. I had a good long talk with him and told him how much we appreciate him. And he loves my son and gives him all kinds of steel and car parts, not gun parts. Okay, so this video is probably boring, but I've had a lot to do lately. I haven't even seen my reloading bench for weeks. Since he's cleaning out and putting that huge steel bench in, he's throwing stuff my way, and he wanted to get rid of this and burn it because mice got into this cabinet here, chest of drawers that we've had for 25, 30 years. And so I took the handles off and cleaned out the rat crap that got into my air cleaners and carburetor parts, and there might be a video on that. I'm just going to give it a quickie because this thing is perfect size for my powder coating bench next to my oven over there, and I have all the drawers for my screens and pans and powder coat and all that. So I'll be working on that. Also, I already did the nasty and got the nasty out of there, sprayed bleach in the shelves and give it some kind of clear coat and leave it distressed because this was used as our drill press bench, and it's going to be a perfect powder coat bench and lots of storage. So there you go. And I don't think I can find another one of these for 20, 30 bucks. And it's been a great little bench, chest of drawers. Anyway, until next time, we will take the goat out, okay? We will, and we will shoot off of it. And the tire is still holding air, so no more dying because of a tire. Until next time, thanks for watching.